Okay, it's here already. The Arizona Cardinals just about ready to kick off training camp.
Yeah, players reporting today. They're kicking off practice tomorrow. And Craig Fouie live right now out at University of Phoenix Stadium.
And Craig, this is the first time in a long time that we're all not heading up to Flagstaff.
Exactly right, and I'll step out of the way so you can see the stadium. I've been tweeting out pictures and putting some up on Facebook in the last hour or so. The crews just moved the grass field out so they can paint it, stripe it, put the numbers on, while the other crew is working on inserting the field turf field in the north end of the stadium. Now, the Cardinals move to Glendale has some fans excited the team is closer to home, no doubt about it, while others feel like they've lost a long-standing tradition of getting out of the summer heat and driving to the cool pines of Flagstaff for some NFL football.
The facilities that NAU had moved us into over the last couple of years were completely substandard for a professional football team, and we were paying big rent up there. They just didn't want to cooperate with us anymore.
Harsh words from Cardinals president Michael Bidwell. But just like that, more than 20 years of training camp in Flagstaff has come to an end.
I hope the business community understands that it was a few people at the NAU that really made this decision easy for us, because I was not going to let the team be at a competitive disadvantage by continuing to use those facilities.
Something obviously went wrong during negotiations between the Cardinals and NAU, because Flagstaff has gone from looking like this to looking like this. Word first leaked out in December that the Cardinals had opened talks with Glendale about holding training camp at Westgate, but it wasn't until March that NAU had finally given up. The university issued a statement that it had moved on and had already booked its facilities for the summer. That move by NAU left the Cardinals with few options.
I think fans need to understand that we tried to make the best decision competitively for the team.
That decision by the Cardinals has also left Flagstaff businesses in the red.
Well, thanks for coming in.
Concerned they'll lose more than $10 million this summer in Cardinals tourist trade.
We got the mom and pop shops who thrive on that. You know, they almost expect it every year, but now they're going to have to find a new avenue of revenue to, supplement what they're going to be losing.
Brandon Garcia, the manager of family-owned La Fonda's Mexican restaurant in Flagstaff, believes the move was strictly about money.
A lot of the people are really disappointed. They're mad, I think, at the fact that it was more of a business decision.
But according to the Cardinals, it was about creating a competitive advantage, and Bidwell believes that can happen in Glendale.
I think it's going to make us a better team, and it's going to give more access to more fans.
A view that's not shared by Garcia or his customers.
I think they're kind of pushing Arizona away, and maybe they should be the Phoenix Cardinals again or the Glendale Cardinals.
But Bidwell believes just the opposite.
I think it's going to be a lot different because it's going to be closer to our largest fan base, and not all those people can afford to take the time off or to drive up and spend the night at Flagstaff over the last several years. So we expect that this is going to be more accessible for more fans to come out and enjoy the stadium. It's free, it's free parking, it's air conditioned.
With future plans for training camp still unclear, Garcia has what he considers to be a better idea for Flagstaff.
Maybe try to invite another NFL team, because we're high altitude training, Olympians train here, and it's the #1 destination to train, and I don't see why another NFL team wouldn't come up here.
Now, we did reach out to NAU to get their response, but they told us they didn't want to comment on the Cardinals' decision to move training camp. However, they did tell us that at this point their facilities are still available next summer, so if the Cardinals wanted to go back, well, there's still a chance they could negotiate something for the future. And I did post on Facebook, guys, on my Facebook page, the question of will you come out to Cardinals practice here in Glendale? So I'm anxious to see what the response is from the viewers.
That should be interesting.
That remains to be seen. But Craig, I mean,
Yes.
okay, we've seen statements from the Cardinals, we've seen statements from NAU throughout this whole saga. This conversation had to be heated when this all went down, this breakup between the two groups. Oh.
And you know what, Katie, we got a sense of that last summer up in Flagstaff because it was the end of the contract. They had a 3-year deal last year, and we got the sense from both NAU and the Cardinals that neither side was satisfied with the way things were going. So here we have the result. The Cardinals are here in the stadium.
Yeah, can you imagine those phone calls between the two? My goodness.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Shame
All
for
right.
Flagstaff, though.
Yeah, and for the businesses.
Yeah, and people that love to just go up there and make a whole vacation out of it. Thanks, Craig.
Especially Craig.